and I see it as a normal, a normal thing that happens between allies. And basically, I don't know why people they are thinking about it, that this is considered as a bribery or considered as something that Qatar wants to buy an influence with this administration. And I see it as a normal, a normal thing that happens between allies. And basically, I don't know why people they are thinking about it, that this is considered as a bribery or considered as something that Qatar wants to buy an influence with this administration.
Qatar dismissed concerns about its offer to give U.S. President Donald Trump a Boeing plane, opening a new tab, saying it was not trying to buy influence. Qatar's Prime Minister, Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Al Thani, said the offer was a normal thing that happens between allies. He said he did not know why people considered the gift as bribery or a way for Qatar to buy influence with the Trump administration.
During that visit, we had a wide range of topics that's been discussed, whether it's on the regional security, on the future economic cooperation between the two countries, and how to untap the potential between the two countries. These topics actually has varied, whether it's how to partner in artificial intelligence, how to partner in energy, and how to expand also in being a critical and a vital part of the supply chain for the United States economy, which is the leading economy in the world. And I see it as a normal, a normal thing that happens between allies. And basically, I don't know why people they are thinking about it, that this is considered as a bribery or considered as something that Qatar wants to buy an influence with this administration. Unfortunately, some spoilers who are trying to portray Qatar as a country that it tries to buy its way. I'm sure that, it does tell you something that for the last 10 years, none of these cases has stand or had any proof that Qatar has done anything wrong. But I'm hoping that people in the United States and even the politicians over there, they look at us as a friend, as a partner, as a reliable partner, that we've been always there for the U.S. whenever we were needed.
Legal experts raised a raft of questions about the scope of laws that relate to gifts from foreign governments and are intended to thwart corruption and improper influence. Trump shrugged off ethical concerns, saying it would be stupid to turn down the generous offer.
People who view that luxury jet as a personal gift to you, why not leave it behind?
You're ABC fake news, right?
Why not?
Only ABC, well, a few of you would. Let me tell you, you should be embarrassed asking that question. They're giving us a free jet. I could say, no, don't give us, I want to pay you $1 billion or 400 million or whatever it is. Or I could say, thank you very much. There was an old golfer named Sam Snead. Did you ever hear of him? He won 82 tournaments. He was a great golfer. And he had a motto: when they give you a putt, you say, thank you very much. You pick up your ball and you walk to the next hole. A lot of people are stupid. They say, no, I insist on putting it. And then they putt it and they miss it. And their partner gets angry at them. You know what? Remember that, Sam Snead. When they give you a putt, you pick it up and you walk to the next hole and you say, thank you very much.
Respectfully, sir, as a businessman, some people may look at this and say, have you ever been given a gift worth millions of dollars and then not received anything?
It's not a gift to me, it's a gift to the Department of Defense. And you should know better, because you've been embarrassed enough, and so has your network. Your network is a disaster. ABC is a disaster.
Earlier, a bill was introduced in the Senate to prevent a foreign aircraft from operating as Air Force One. U.S. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer introduced the Presidential Airlift Security Act after news that Trump planned to accept a $400 million airplane from Qatar. Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer said Trump's plan to accept Qatar's donation of a 747 to replace Air Force One is not just naked corruption, it is also a grave national security threat.
News of the Qatari government gifting Donald Trump a $400 million private jet to use as Air Force One is so corrupt that even Putin would give a double take. This is not just naked corruption, it is also a grave national security threat. So in light of the deeply troubling news of a possible Qatari-funded Air Force One, and the reports that the Attorney General personally signed off on this clearly unethical deal, I am announcing a hold on all DOJ political nominees until we get more answers. Here are some questions that must be answered. First, I call on the DOJ's Foreign Agent Registration Act Unit, or the FARA unit, to do its job and disclose all activities by Qatari foreign agents inside the U.S. that could benefit President Trump or the Trump Organization. Since Attorney General Bondi took charge, the Department of Justice has not been doing its job when it comes to FARA. The FARA unit needs to enforce the law and inform the public of all activities, not just on this luxury plane deal, but all deals involving foreign countries in the Middle East and President Trump, his family, and the Trump Organization. Second, with regard to this $500 million private jet deal, the American people deserve to know the facts. President Trump has told the American people this is, quote, a free jet. Does that mean the Qataris are delivering a ready on day one plane with all the security measures already built in? If so, who installed those security measures? And how do we know they were properly installed? Why would we take the risk of trusting any foreign country to do this sensitive work? If not, what security modifications would be needed to ensure a foreign-sourced Air Force One is safe to use? If this is, as President Trump promised, a free jet, will the Qataris pay for those highly sensitive installations, or will American taxpayers cover the cost? How much will those modifications cost American taxpayers? Hundreds of billions of dollars? Hundreds of millions of dollars? Billions of dollars? How much will they cost? If the American taxpayers are forced to pay for this temporary plane, does it mean the U.S. government will cancel the contract for the future Boeing plane? If so, how much will that cancellation cost? And if not, why are American taxpayers being asked to spend hundreds of millions of dollars or more on a plane that will only be used for a year or two? Additionally, who in the Trump administration was responsible for this crooked deal? What are the parameters of this deal? And which country brought it up first, us or them? What is Qatar being offered in return? Considering past security disasters, such as the U.S. Embassy in Moscow, what are the security risks of this arrangement? And finally, how is this gift not naked corruption? The Attorney General must testify before both the House and Senate to explain why gifting Donald Trump a private jet does not violate the Emoluments Clause, which requires congressional approval, or any ethics law. So, until the Attorney General explains her blatantly inept decision, and we get complete and comprehensive to these and other questions, I will place a hold on all political nominees to the Department of Justice. As disturbing as this latest news about a Qatari Air Force One is, it is frankly just the tip of the iceberg. For months, Qatari and other Gulf state nationals have spent billions on deals with the Trump organizations, seemingly to buy access to the president, including a $2 billion from the UAE venture capital firm for Donald Trump's new stablecoin, including the launch of a new Trump hotel in Dubai worth over $1 billion, and the construction of a beachside golf course in Qatar, potentially worth $5 billion. Donald Trump's business deals in the Middle East reek of crooked self-enrichment. He isn't just blurring the line between public service and personal profit. He's erasing it. This isn't speculation, it's fact, backed by overwhelming evidence. He is jeopardizing America's national security to line his own pockets. What is most chilling about this brazen bribe and the national security betrayal is how openly Donald Trump is doing it. How he is lying about the need for this aircraft and the risks involved, and how he is daring Republicans to call him out. And how are Republicans responding? With silence, with their heads in the sand, total obeisance, afraid to tell the emperor he has no clothes. Well, Republicans may be too scared to stand up to Donald Trump, but I will keep pushing, and Senate Democrats will keep pushing to get more answers to this nakedly crooked arrangement with Qatar. Until the American people learn the truth about this deal, I will do my part to block the galling and truly breathtaking politicization at the Department of Justice.